How about now? Can you hear me now? Are we alive? Everybody? Welcome in. We hear you? Oh, fantastic. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. I am WG Ashwood. I'm your Fancy Focus charity host this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Sunday. Welcome in Spice. Welcome in Aku. Welcome in Squiz. Welcome in Agbu. Welcome in, everybody. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for being part of the early crowd. We love and appreciate you very much for joining us. We are gonna be doing something a little different tonight. Instead of playing a game, we're gonna be co-working. We're gonna be working on some stuff. We have, for your pleasure, we're gonna be if you want to work alongside us, we're gonna be working on a PowerPoint for a PowerPoint party. So we're gonna be typing up a bunch of stuff for a PowerPoint. It may not sound exciting, but let me tell you the PowerPoint presentation idea. I am working on a choose your own adventure PowerPoint. So I've done this once before, and I'm going to go through the original PowerPoint with you, so that we all get a chance to see what we're working with, and then we'll write a brand new adventure together. But yeah, so we have something fun planned for tonight. Welcome in, Mary. Good to see you. How are you doing today? How is everybody doing today? We want to know. We want to hear from you. We know Spice is sick, and we're sorry to hear about that, but we hope that fever will break soon. I believe I was always told to feed a fever, so we should all DoorDash Spice some of our favorite treats. It is still the month of August until, I believe, tomorrow. I'm pretty sure today's the 31st. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But we are still in the month of August, which means we're still donating to the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center. Let me just double check the date right here. It is still the 31st. Okay. So for now, Wolf and Wildlife Center. You're writing a story right now? That's fantastic. Won't say much about it, but however, and yes, today's the last day of August. Thank you so much. You're curious what everyone would pick as a get better snack? Well, like we were talking about earlier, Spice, I would choose mozzarella sticks for you. Ramen is an excellent choice, Squiz. It's pretty perfect. Today's your late best friend's birthday, and we both love wolves. Well, I'm glad we can do something special for you, Aku. Her husband and I threw a birthday party earlier. That's so sweet. Choice of tea and some matching cookies and biscuits. Ooh! Now that's a delightful get better snack. Ramen was your thought too? Squiz snagged it from you, Agbu. You're gonna have to choose something else. So yeah, while like I said earlier, we're gonna be doing a kind of a co-working, I believe it is called a co-working stream, where we all work together on our various projects. I'm gonna be talking you through my PowerPoint presentation idea, because we have a PowerPoint presentation party. I believe it is next weekend, which is why I'm doing it now. I think it is going to be Saturday, so we've got to get it ready this week. So we're getting a jump start on it tonight. Campbell's chicken noodle soup is what you always want when you're sick. Me too, Mike. That in a bag of, like, a whole stack of crackers. We can work together. You can stop resting now. Well, Spice, your work is rest right now. That and lemon lime Gatorade? See, I always go for purple Gatorade when I'm sick. Welcome in, Mike. For Spice specifically, coffee and her choice of breakfast foods. But as this get better snack, what would you prescribe? No spice, more rest. Let me bring up I believe a display capture will work for this. So we have we created a choose your own adventure PowerPoint that we did a couple years ago. So this is going to be round 2 of the choose your own adventure PowerPoint. Yeah, so we did an adventure previously. We're going to be working on a brand new one full of brand new endings, but we figured we could go through the adventure and we could show you off we'd show off what we've made before if y'all would like to go through a choose your own adventure with me that I created. Actually, someone will have to remind me. I know that I spoke about this this PowerPoint a couple of years ago. Did I ever actually show y'all the PowerPoint? Someone remind me. I know there are a couple people who weren't here like 3 years ago when I first made this, so it'll still be new to a couple of y'all, regardless of if you you're being attacked, Spice. Okay. Choose your own adventure PowerPoint. Okay, let me set up the first. How do I work? Of course, I added in a bunch of crazy nonsense to the title page. And put in a bunch of nonsense. I've got a dragon here in the background. I've got a T-Rex that chases you down. And it's titled the Choose Your Own Escapade, a PowerPoint adventure from Ashwood Audio. Because even a couple years ago, I was obsessed with my own branding. You've never seen this and you're excited? Welcome in, Dane. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. Okay, here's how it goes. You'll be presented with a series of scenarios and choices. The choices made will bring your journey closer to the end. First or loudest choice counts the most. So of course I presented this in a room full of people. The way we'll do this for chat is that you just first person to choose an option will be the one who guides the presentation. There are 6 to 8 endings, if I remember properly. Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 endings. There are 10 endings to the PowerPoint. Are we going through it a few times then? Yes, you go through it a couple of times. It'll tell you where to return to when you get an ending. So essentially we're gonna this is to give us inspiration for round 2. So we're gonna go through this PowerPoint and then we'll start working on the second one. And everybody can work with us on whatever their various creative projects currently are. And so we'll get started. You wake up in an unfamiliar patch of grass. Your head stings. As things come into focus, you realize you are in a clearing at the bottom of a hill. On the hill is a shack. To your left is a path into the forest. To your right is a baggie of purple powder. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. To go down the path, turn to slide 5. To investigate the powder, turn to slide 6. What do you do? Your project is Hollow Knight? Absolutely, you need to get that done. You have a deadline from September 4th, my friend. Aku says powder. We turn to slide 6. You bring the baggie up to eye level. It's shimmering like fish scales in the moonlight. It's gotta be 100% pure. You peel open the Ziploc and dip a pinky. After rubbing it on your teeth, you confirm it is absolutely clean-cut Asokium. You promised yourself you'd kicked the habit. To do the Asokium, turn to slide 12. To get rid of the Asokium, turn to slide 13. What do you do? What do you do? Do you take the Asokium or do you throw it away? I believe that I just searched purple powder for this picture. Take that shit. Alright. To do the Asokium, turn to slide 12. Is it slide 12? Slide 12. Okay. You decide to hop off the wagon and get the night started right. Using a log, tube of toilet paper, a copper still funnel, a detached gecko tail, and a fully functional bong, you craft a moderately usable bong. After a quick smoke session, you are now feeling a little floaty. Weird, you're usually in outer space by now. Must not have been as good as you thought. To go in search of more things to smoke, turn to slide 21. If you sit and enjoy the buzz, turn to slide 23. My mama didn't raise no quitter? That she did not. Smoke more? Alright, to go in search of things to smoke, turn to slide 21. Go to slide 21. The fungi ending. You start out on your own in the night. You look around at the mossy bark clinging to trees. Mushrooms grow in forests, right? Those will do the trick. After some searching, you spy a cluster of bright red caps. White dots speckle the tops. That's some Mario shit! You greedily gulp up the flesh and stem and begin to grow bigger. Your consciousness expands and expands until you see the universe begin and end 1,000 times. It's weirdly boring after the 3rd time, but still, there's an eternity of darkness between, so you eagerly await the next bang. To change your fate, turn to slide 3. So, yep, you got the fungi ending. You got too high on poisonous mushrooms, that you expanded outside of the universe. That's the ending you got for your first try. You wake up in an unfamiliar patch of grass. Your head stings. As things come into focus, you realize you are in a clearing at the bottom of a hill. On the hill is a shack. To your left is a path into the forest. To your right is a baggie of purple powder. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. To go down the path, turn to slide 5. To investigate the powder, turn to slide 6. Aku says path. To go down the path, turn to slide 5. You decide to take your chances in the woods. Setting out on the dirt path, you travel for what feels like hours. Or minutes? Are you out of shape? It might just be your imagination, but are there noises coming from the woods? The path comes to a fork in the road. If you go right, turn to slide 10. If you go left, turn to slide 11. You still love reading the books of these as a kid, and you have the board game version? What's the board game version? That sounds awesome. I used to love reading these types of books as well, so I hope that's obvious because I did a whole PowerPoint on them. I've never heard of the board games. There's a Choose Your Own Adventure board game? I figured all board games were Choose Your Own Adventure. Is there more than one? There's at least one. I'm not sure. This is the first I'm hearing of them. But okay, so you have a fork in the road. Do you go left or do you go right? In Aku we trust. There's 2 now? Oh, interesting. I'll have to pick up a copy. Go right. Okay. You go right, turn to slide 10. You take the right path. The road winds more and more now. There are definitely noises coming from the woods. Is that your imagination, or is there really howling? Your heart quickens and your feet slap harder against the dirt. 2 yellow eyes peer at you from the woods at the front of a large black figure. If you rush at the apparition, turn to slide 16. If you turn and run, turn to slide 17. What do you do? Do you rush at the this figure, or do you turn away and run? Thank you for humoring me with this, by the way, y'all. I worked really hard on it the first time, so I'd like to... You bet your ass you're running at that shit? You once made a choose-your-own-adventure set of wiki pages of work to train your team on some troubleshooting techniques. That's really cool, Mike. That sounds like a really, like a really intuitive way to learn. I like that a lot. Let's see. If you rush at the apparition, turn to slide 16. You decide to rush the figure in the dark. Throw caution to the wind. Rearing back a mighty fist, you clear the tree line and slam abdomen first into an idling car. The yellow eyes were simply dim headlights. The car rocks at the impact, and an alluring character steps out of the driver's side door. You scared me there, but I could use your help. Looking down at the tires, you say they are deeply embedded in mud. If you help, turn to slide 25. If you refuse, turn to slide 24. You don't know if the team thought it was as clever as you did? Hard work never goes appreciated. Fuck that guy, it's giving ass fish. So you refuse to help? If you refuse to help, turn to slide 24. You shrug at the mysterious driver, conveying a vague sense of, I've got better things to do. The driver provides a very colorful commentary on ways you could go fuck yourself. As you start to walk away, the forest lights up, and your shadow stretches on into infinity. Then it starts getting smaller, very fast. It seems you did manage to get the car unstuck when you bumped it, before you got stuck in the grill. You got the asshole ending. To change your fate, turn to slide 3. Okay. You wake up in an unfamiliar patch of grass. Your head stings. As things come into focus, you realize you are in a clearing at the bottom of a hill. On the hill is a shack. To your left is a path into the forest. To your right, a baggie of purple powder. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. To go down the path, turn to slide 5. To investigate the powder, turn to slide 6. So far, you've gotten us killed twice. There are a lot of deaths in this. There's a lot of ways to die in an adventure book. And that's going to be like one of the hardest parts, is coming up with clever endings. Okay, we're going to the shack. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. You brush the grass off your jeans and start to trek up to the shack. It is a rundown structure made of logs and sheet metal. There isn't much of a porch, but there is a metal chair with brown bottles gathering rainwater next to the door. Above the chair is a window with a crossbar over the glass. To look through the window, turn to slide 7. To knock on the door, turn to slide 8. What will you do? Look through the window, knock on the door. Spice put you in charge. This is what happens. Embrace your inner peeping Tom, Ashwood. Okay, look through the window. Turn to slide 7. You look through the window and see a table set for 1. The moonlight shining past your head illuminates modest living quarters. There's a small bed against the far wall with a porcelain clown on the pillow. You aren't sure if anyone is home. To knock on the door, turn to slide 8. To carry on past the shack and into the woods, turn to page 9. So your choices are to knock on the door again, or to carry on past the shack into the woods. Knock. Knock on the door, turn to slide 8. You got the cannibal ending! You knock on the door. It swings open with alarming force. Standing in the moonlight is a 7-foot-tall giant with a meat hook in one hand and a human head in the other. You turn to run, but feel heat and pressure in your shoulder as the hook pierces through. By the time pain sets in, you are already in the shack, and the door swings closed. To change your fate, turn to slide 3. Okay, you wake up in an unfamiliar patch of grass. Your head stings. As things come into focus, you realize you're in a clearing at the bottom of a hill. On the hill is a shack. To your left is a path into the forest. To your right is a baggie of purple powder. To go to the shack? Do you go to the shack? Do you go down the path, or do you investigate the powder? Powder? Let's investigate the powder. Turn to slide 6. You bring the baggie up to eye level. It's shimmering like fish scales in the moonlight. It's gotta be 100% pure. You peel open the Ziploc and dip a pinky. After rubbing it on your teeth, you can confirm it is 100%. It is absolutely clean-cut Asokium. You promise yourself you'd kick the habit. Slide 12. To do the Asokium, turn to slide 12. Okay, you decide to hop off the wagon and get the night started right. Using a log, tube of toilet paper, a copper still funnel, a detached gecko tail, and a fully functional bong, you craft a moderately usable bong. After a quick smoke session, you are now feeling a little floaty. Weird, you're usually in outer space by now. Must not have been as good as you thought. To go in search of more things to smoke, turn to slide 21. Sit and enjoy the buzz, turn to slide 23. Agbu, there actually are good endings. You've just only found, so far you've only found the dead ones. You've done slide 21 before. What are the odds it kills us again? I don't know, Dane. Do you want to try doing slide 23? Let's try the new slide. Let's try a new path. If you sit and enjoy the buzz, turn to slide 23. You got the alien ending. You sit on the dewy grass and just take in the sounds of the night. As your perception clouds, you notice a small person standing next to you. They look odd, with a round head and huge eyes. Ibjawa lub lub? You don't understand them. That could just be the fog of the drugs. You point to your makeshift bong and attempt to explain the situation. Colors coming out of your mouth instead of words. The person reaches an abnormally long finger into the bong and sniffs. Good shit. They place a small metal object against your chest, causing you to float. Taking you by the leg, they drag you through the air and into a nearby field. Waiting for you there is a huge metal disc with a bubble on one side. They take you up a ramp and into the metal object. After strapping you into a seat, they hand you a beer and press a big red button. Countdown to liftoff in 3, 2, 1. To change your fate, turn to slide 3. This is just Dan to Dan? Maybe a little bit. I don't actually remember having any ghosts in here. We could definitely write a new one with ghosts. This is why you don't want it to be in charge? You've gotten us killed 3 times? Okay. This is way better. I appreciate that, Aku. I hope you're having a good time. Okay. You wake up in an unfamiliar patch of grass. Your head stings. As things come into focus, you realize you're in a clearing at the bottom of a hill. On the hill is a shack. To your left is a path into the forest. To your right is a baggie of purple powder. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. To go down the path, turn to slide 5. I think you've already done everything you can do with the powder. So your choices are to go to the shack or to turn down the path. Okay, shack. To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. Let's see. You brush the grass off your jeans and start to trek up to the shack. It is a rundown structure made of logs and sheet metal. There isn't much of a porch, but there's a metal chair with brown bottles gathering rainwater next to the door. Above the chair is a window with a crossbar over the glass. To look through the window, turn to slide 7. To knock on the door, turn to slide 8. I will tell you that slide 8 is the cannibal ending again. So, go ahead and look through the window. You look through the window and see a table set for 1. Moonlight shining past your head illuminates modest living quarters. There's a small bed against the far wall with a porcelain clown on the pillow. You aren't sure if anyone is home. To knock on the door, turn to slide 8. Again, that's the cannibal ending. So we'll carry on past the shack into the woods. Turn to page 9. Fuck this shack, you think. You head down to the other side of the hill. A cloud crosses in front of the moon and blocks your only source of light. You take your phone out of your pocket, only to bring up the screen to display 1%, please charge. You misplace your footing and roll down the hill into the dark, kicking up dirt. Land in a river with a fast-moving current. To go with the flow, turn to slide 14. To fight the current, turn to slide 15. Do you go with the flow, or do you fight the current? Queen of the Stone Age says, go with the flow. All right, we go with the flow. Turn to slide 14. You let the river overtake you. It's a rough ride. At the first sign of a hanging branch, you whip out your hand. You miss. You manage to turn over, and there's a glimpse of something hanging over the river overhead. It's a rope! If you reach for the rope, turn to slide 20. If you fight to go back to the branch, turn to slide 15. So, do you reach for the rope, or do you fight to go back to the branch? Reach for the rope, says Mike. Reach for the rope, turn to slide 20. You got the hot air balloon ending! You take the rope, wrapping it around your hand. Lifting yourself out of the water has never been this easy. You free climb up the rope with your impressive core strength. When you make it 50 feet into the air, your palm rests on the lip of a wicker basket. Heaving yourself over, you come face to face with a man in poofy leather pants, goggles, and a big mustache. Jolly show! I could use a rough and tumble character like you. We're off on an adventure. It's called Part 2. I have a beginning! I wrote myself a beginning to Part 2! Hell yeah! Go past Ashwood! Okay. Let's see. How do we want to start the new one? Do we want to just copy and paste and use the same format? Okay. How do we want to do this? Okay. I can't believe I wrote myself a Part 2, and we're the only ones who know it. I don't remember if, I don't think anybody will remember that we wrote a Part 2 into our, Okay, shoot. Do I want to start from scratch? Okay, let's... Maybe we don't start from scratch. Maybe we do start from scratch. Okay, choose Fate. Part 2. Let's insert a text box. An Ashwood audio presentation. Agenda. Okay, we'll table this through the rules. Ashwood Audio Xbox, you say? Okay. We're presented with a series of scenarios and choices. Choices made will bring your journey closer to the end. First or loudest choice counts most. Let's see. Make this a bit bigger. Older. A bit smaller now. Okay. 3. This is a picture I can get rid of. Okay. So let's take the picture of the hot air balloon. Get out of here, Copilot. I'm making my own PowerPoint. Okay, so how did we start? We ended the last one with you take the hot air balloon. Okay. The power of communication. It should actually say something like, let's see. Okay. You don't want the plagiarism machine help make you make you a slide deck? No, I'm afraid I don't want the help, Mike. I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself with your help. Okay. So we didn't include what was it? We didn't include a title. It's just the description of what's happening. So okay. You've been adventuring for a few months now. Your trusty mentor, Wendell, by your side. Your trusty mentor has been by your side. This whole time. Let's. How do we want to start? How do we want to start this? You just upgraded your nail for the second time. Your eyes are fuzzy, so you've quit Hollow Knight for now. Oh my, Agbu. That does sound like a bit of overplaying if your eyes are getting fuzzy. I hope you recover quickly from that. Take a small break, get yourself some water and a snacky. We'll definitely be here. Since we're working on this adventure PowerPoint. Sounds like it's time for eye drops and more Hollow Knight. Let's see. He believes it's time to settle down. Let's see. Spying an old home in the woods. Start with your canonical ending? Exactly. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, like, where do I want the adventure to go from here. So we're gonna start with the hot air balloon ending, because that's what said part 2. And we're gonna fast forward a couple of months. Trusty mentor Dwendal has been by your side this whole time. However, it's time to settle down. Start with your canonical ending for this one. Oh, there is no such thing as a canonical ending. The canonical ending is clearly the segue to part 3. I'm a little bit of a chaos goblin when it comes to writing. I don't do things in order. So there is no canonical ending. There's just what I come up with. Dicey is also playing Hollow Knight. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a game Dicey was interested in. But I hope that Dicey's having fun. What? You? A Chaos Goblin? Never. Get that there's no canonical ending, which is why you put it in quotes. Okay. I did not see the quotes at first. I apologize, Agbu. But I can confirm they are there. Let's see. Let's see. Spying an old home in the woods. Gwendol believes this would be a nice place. Let's see. Gwendol believes this would be a nice spot to settle down. Oh, but what do we do? What do we do? What choices do we want to make? Do we want to kick Dwendal out of the hot air balloon and continue forward? Let's see. You've been adventuring for a few months now. Trusty mentor Dwendal has been by your side this whole time. Spying an old home in the woods, Dwendal believes this would be a nice spot to settle down. Your heart, however, is still set on adventure. Let's see. So we'll start a new... Let's see. How do we phrase it in the original? To go to the shack, turn to slide 4. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. This is weird. You've got a save file that's gotten every charm and is practically ready to fight the BBEG of the game, and you don't remember playing it that far. Interesting, Agbu. So is this your first time with Hollow Knight, playing it through to the end? Are you at like a near 100% completion for it? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. No, we're not gonna end that early. Let's see. You've beaten all but the final boss before on Switch, but haven't done so on Steam. What if instead of settling down, you're refueling for supplies? Well, I kind of want to get rid of Dwendal. So it's like so it's Because this is, like, you're not going to have a sidekick for this adventure. Or your mentor, as I've put it so far. So it's like, we want... we're essentially right now choosing Dwendal's happy ending. Do we, let's see. Let's see. To shove Dwendal off... Shove Dwendal off the balloon. Slide 5. Set down and check the cabin. Turn to slide 4. I don't know if I have the strength to do what needs to be done. Let's see. Let's make shoving Dwendal 6 one. It's more shocking to have at the end. Let's see. So, set down and check the cabin, turn to slide 4. Shove Dwendal off the balloon, turn to slide 6. What is a 5th thing we can put, or a 3rd thing we can put in that will open up a series of paths for us? What can we do that will have consequences that will foreshadow a grand adventure? Another word for exploration is good. Yeah. Take the Aku route, more drugs? Okay. Okay, let's see. How do we put that in there? We're not gonna... That's a good idea, Spice, but we're not gonna include it just yet. We're gonna have that be for later on in the adventure. We're gonna have more drugs for down the line. Still need something here, though. If you see some remnants from Adventure 1, like pieces of the UFO ship. Oh, that's a good idea, Spice. Let's see. Taking the spyglass, you see You have cake? What kind of cake do you have, Aku? You see, a pillar of smoke in the distance. Let's see. Investigate. Kroger birthday cake? Delightful. Investigate the smokestack. Slide. Bye. Okay, everybody, we have a beginning to the adventure. We can go back here now. We still have a couple more endings. Y'all want to is it King Supers out there too? What is King Supers? We still have a couple more endings to go through on the I believe you've only found 4 of the 10 endings. It's a different name for Kroger? Oh, okay. Interesting. We have a couple of grocery stores like that that have different names. Kroger is a large conglomerate. They own several brands. We also have Come and Go. I've heard of Come and Go. Fred Meyer's, the Kroger-owned store in the Boise area. It's a gas station auto mod. Jeez. Okay, let's see. I'll just take y'all through. Let's see. You want to take the path again? Let's go down the path. Turn to slide 5. You decide to take your chances in the woods. Setting out on the dirt path, you travel for what feels like hours or minutes. Are you out of shape? It might just be your imagination. Are there noises coming from the woods? Path comes to a fork in the road. To go right, turn to slide 10. Go left, turn to slide 11. Left. Go left, turn to slide 11. You turn left. It begins to rain as you make your way into the darkness. Water collects in divots in the ground, becoming puddles. As you begin to tire, you feel a vibration throughout your body. You hope you find a dry place to rest soon. Another vibration, stronger. Is this an earthquake? You see the puddles around you ripple. To stay on the path, turn to slide 22. To run into the woods, turn to slide 26. You stay on the path or run into the woods? You run into the woods. Slide 26. You take an abrupt turn and dive into the woods. You hide under an overhang of roots like a hobbit from Wraiths. Heavy thuds pass you quickly. Letting out a relieved sigh, you take a few steps forward to get up on the road. Your foot slides deeper into the earth as you rock and dirt falls away. You tumble into an open cavern. When you come to, you notice you're surrounded by gold, glittering nuggets and coins. But how are you getting out to spend it? You got the gold in them there hills ending. Slay, you didn't kill us. Nope, you got the gold ending. I can take you back to... Do you want to go all the way back to the beginning? Or do you want to find out what happens if you stay on the path? Aku is a true adventurer. Indeed. path. Okay, to stay on the path, turn to slide 22. The T-Rex ending. A massive reptile launches out of the darkness. Its face and body is covered in brilliant feathers. You're pretty sure you shouldn't move. Their vision is based on movement. It sniffs the damp air and directly looks in your direction. With a tree-shaking roar, it lowers its head and charges at you. Oh no! That vague science fact you half remembered is bullshit! You scream as it grips your head and torso in its mouth. This has to be the least realistic ending, right? To change your fate, turn to slide 3. I fucking peaked with this adventure. I don't think I could write a better one. I don't know if I can do better than than this stupid bullshit I threw together a couple years ago. I love it. The T-Rex ending? Fuck yeah. Okay, there's a shack, a path, and some powder. I think we've done everything with the powder now. Let's see. We can go to Spice. I nominate you. Spice, you are nominated by Aku to guide our directions. Of course, anybody can shout out what they think we should do. And I'll take the first option. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4 more endings. We can just go over the endings and we don't have to go through the, actually we do have to go through a couple of the paths. Shit. This is the part where I lose track of how far we've gone so far. Okay. Let's see. We go to the shack. Hold on. Go to the shack, that's 4. Look through the window, that's 7. Go... You need to swim upstream, that's right. Fuck this shack, you think? You head down to the other side of the hill. A cloud crosses in front of the moon and blocks your only source of light. You take your phone out of your pocket, only to bring up the screen to display 1%, please charge. You misplace your footing and roll down the hill in the dark, kicking up dirt. Land in a river with a fast-moving current. To fight the current, turn to slide 15. To go with the flow, turn to slide 14. You can still go with the flow. There's still more past that you haven't gotten to yet. So, do you go with the flow or do you fight the current? We'll say you want to swim upstream, Aku. We'll say you fight the current. Do you want to fight? Let's fight. Okay. Fight the current, turn to slide 15. You fight and fight, but it's no good. You tire yourself out over the next few minutes. The force of the river pushes your head against a rock and you black out. By the time you awake, you've been rushed out to sea. Washed up on an unfamiliar beach. In front of you stands a mismatched creature with a pink snout and a green-scaled body. It sits apathetically in front of your bruised form. Kill me. To follow its wish, turn to slide 18. To offer an alternative, turn to slide 19. You're not killing it, so you offer an alternative. Turn to slide 19. You take the small reptile by the hand, claw, confessing you can't go through with it. Its sad stare stings your heart. It takes you by the hand and begins to walk you away from the beach. As civilization comes back into view, you follow the creature to a suburb. It stops at the door of a house packed with cars. A dog barks. The door opens to an unfamiliar face. You better have a PowerPoint ready. You got the nerd ending. This is this essentially brings you to the PowerPoint party. So there's a little meta-contextual PowerPointiness in here. Fuck, yeah, I don't really... Full circle since you're making a PowerPoint. Exactly. Let's see. I don't even remember how to get to slide 13. Oh, okay, there is more to do with the powder. Okay. Wait, what if we kill it? If you kill it... You look into the eyes of this abomination. It shouldn't exist. You must rectify this. You walk over to the shoreline and weigh a few stones with your eyes. This one will do. The weight and heft feels natural. As you walk toward the pink-green monster, as a familiar fuzziness clouds your vision. Everything fades to black. You get the pig lizard ending. You just, it's a reference to my friend's band. They have a band called Pig Lizard. You got us killed again? Technically, that wasn't you getting killed. There's still a couple more endings. Let's see. If you if instead of taking the drugs is also spelled incorrectly, it is not, actually. That is how the band spells it. We don't do misspellings around here. Sorry, Aku, minor cat emergency, BRB. Okay, let's see, there's still this one. Wait, so what are we taking it? No, what we need to do for a new ending is to not take the Asokium. So we're going to get rid of the Asokium and turn to slide 13. You toss the baggie aside. Mr. T said drugs are for fools. You toss the baggie into the forest where a passing wolf snatches it up. Its mouth begins to foam and it takes off into the darkness. That's probably fine. There's still that shack on the woods and a path into the woods. Okay, so this is full circle. This just... Stop it, not Mr. T! This is full circle. It's not an ending, but it does bring you back to the beginning. Let's see. Reach the rope, turn to slide 20. A hot air balloon ending. How do you get... Let's let's see. You take the path. Go right, turn to slide 10. If you go left, turn to slide 11. Fighting to go back to the branch just gets you to slide 15 again. That one also circles back. That one gets you to the pig lizard. If we go right, gotta go fight the apparition, then help the car. I believe you have run from the apparition and help the car. Okay. You are absolutely right, Mike. You take the right path. The road winds more and more now. There are definitely noises coming from the woods. Is that your imagination, or is there really howling? Your heart quickens and your feet slap harder against the dirt. Two yellow eyes peer at you from the woods at front of a large black figure. If you turn and run, which is what we haven't done yet, you can turn and run and you rush the apparition. So turn and run. You get the werewolf ending. Fear grips your heart. You spin on your heels and tear back in the opposite direction. A howl pierces the night. Your ears only register two things: the pounding of blood in your ears and a deep, unsettling growl. You run and run, but a large weight slams into your back, taking you to the ground. A monstrous, hairy figure raises its head into the night sky. Your last thought as it slams shining ivory teeth into your neck is, "What a lovely night for a full moon." And then you decide to rush the figure in the dark. Throw caution to the wind. Rearing back a mighty fist, you clear the tree line and slam abdomen first into an idling car. Yellow eyes were simply dim headlights. The car rocks at the impact, and an alluring character steps out of the driver's side door. "You scared me there, but I could use your help." Looking down at the tires, you see they are deeply embedded in the mud. The Loop Guru ending? Ash got us killed this time? Alright, help this time. If you help, turn to slide 25. You got the romance ending. You throw your shoulder into the back of the car as the mysterious driver cranks the gas. With a squelch, the car comes free from the mud. The vehicle capable of locomotion again, mysterious driver's smile lights up the night. Pulling up next to you on the passenger side, they throw the door open. Get in. You take your seat and buckle in for what could only be the happy ending. Wait, it only says the romance ending up there. Well, you can enjoy it while it lasts. Alright, and that's all of the endings. Some of my favorites are the asshole ending. Of course, the T-Rex ending. The hot air balloon ending. I loved all of the endings that we put in. Riding off into the sunset. Exactly, Mike. But yeah, so that's the first adventure. Now we need to work on the second adventure. Okay. That was fun. I'm glad to hear that. I worked really hard on this first one. This one took me a couple of days to put together. And yeah, it was just a good time all around. That's why I'm kind of trying to capture lightning in a bottle by doing it again. You might lurk so you don't get spoiled on the second one. Well, it'll probably be a couple of years before I revisit the second one and have to do this all over again, Aku. Let's see. To set down and check the cabin, turn to slide 4. Okay, slide 4. So wait, what is slide 4 again? Slide 4 is check the cabin? Pull the cord. You pull the cord to lower your hot air balloon. Vents open on the side. I need to take hot air out because I'm going to say hot air right here. Hot air to spill out. Pull the cord to lower your balloon. Vents open on the side for hot air to spill out. Wicker basket. Slowly ascends to Earth. In front of you stands old brick cottage. Agbu redeemed hydrate. Thank you, Agbu. Got some tea right here just for the occasion. Oh, and it's hot. It's very hot. It's some aged Earl Grey tea. This is the last of our aged Earl Grey. We're going to have to restock. Tomorrow we'll probably do a creamy Earl Grey or a rooibos. In front of you stands an old brick cottage. Aged Earl Grey, yes. That's what it says on the see if I can. Yeah. Can I get it? Yeah. Oh, it's backwards. Aged Earl Grey. It's got extra bergamot and some orange peel in it. Love this. It's from New. Earl Grey's one of your least favorite teas? It's one of my favorites. In front of you stands an old brick cottage. And a path into the woods. Mysteriously, there are breadcrumbs leading path. Small typo. Wicker is what a horse does. Wicker is what a basket is made of. Thank you very much, Mike. My biggest obstacle is sometimes that there are words that are similar to homophones. Homophones are a big problem for me because I will sometimes spell a word correctly, but I won't get the notification that it's misspelled because it's the wrong homophone. Homonym? I don't know, I'm not an English teacher. Homophones get everyone? Absolutely. Okay. So, pull the cord to lower the balloon. Vents open on the side for hot air to spill out. Wicker basket slowly descends to earth. In front of you stands an old brick cottage and a path leading in. Mysteriously, there are breadcrumbs leading down the path. Investigate the cottage to page to slide. Homographs are just as bad, spelled the same but pronounced differently. Ooh. Yeah, those would mess me up. Okay, let's see. What do we already have? We have slides 4, 5, and 6 covered. So we need slide 7. This is basically going to be a rehash. So I'm going to do a thing that's a bit lazy. And I'm going to recycle a couple of scenarios. But you will know this because we just did episode 1, or part 1. But because it's been several years for this group of people, they're callbacks, not recycling. Thank you, Mike. Because it's been several years for this group of people seeing a PowerPoint, it will be fresh to them. So we can really do whatever we want because there's no way they remember the scenarios that we did the first time around. Investigate the cottage, turn to slide 7. Follow the breadcrumbs. To slide 8. Okay. Slide 7. Let's get rid of a picture of people at an office building because that's not what we need. I have to go back through and get pictures separate time. Let's see. Okay. So investigating the cottage. Welcome back, Spice. How are you doing? I hope the cat emergency was resolved without minimal bloodshed. Let's see. So we're on 7. We are investigating the cottage. For you lies a quaint cottage. Jardine sometimes eats things she shouldn't? Absolutely she does. There's also a dinner emergency. What was the dinner emergency? No more emergencies, please. Don't worry, Spice. We won't have any emergencies for you. All we have right now are scenarios to explore. Before you lies a quaint cottage. Brick and mortar affair with a smoking chimney. Let's see. Brick and mortar affair with a smoking. Why is that grammar? Should be. Let's see. Brick and mortar affair with a smoking. Exterior. Subplant. That's not how you subplant. Still not how you spell supplant. 2 P's. Supplanted the word I want to use. Not really. Maybe it is the word I want to use. The exterior is supplanted by a bountiful garden. Herbs and flowers. Recognize these plants. These plants from your travels. Some are potent hallucinogenics. That's not how you spell hallucinogen. Hallucinogenic compounds. Let's see. To knock on the cottage. Turn to 9. We have 7 and 8 covered. To do some gardening. Page 10. Let's see. Pictures. Okay. Do we want to do our first ending? This is essentially going to be a witch ending. Witch in the woods ending. She's going to eat you. Are we far enough along to make that worth it? In like a hot way, or I would say in more the final way, Spice. Okay. Copy. Paste. Okay. I don't actually feel like we deserved an ending here yet. But I don't want to keep stringing it along. What other... Here's the thing. What if you end up in a page loop? Sometimes those happen in the books too. I would like to avoid that, Spice, if we can, because I'm not the only one presenting at this PowerPoint party. So I need to be respectful of other people's time and be like, hey, there's an amount of work that goes into these things that is not fully represented in the final execution. Because ideally they'll only see like 4 endings, 4 or 5, because they'll have to go back and they'll have to try different things. But you know, we won't do what we did tonight, which took almost an hour to do. So I'll probably do like less endings this time. Maybe aim for 6 instead of 10. Too good, 4 bad. Yeah, that's a good split. Let's see, the Wicked Witch ending. You knock on the door. It opens slowly to reveal sweet smelling interior. A curl of steam tickles your nose. Almost like floating. Follow the... It's another word for steam. Steam. Vapor's good. What is it? It's just a vapor. You peer inside. Large cavity. Source. Such a... Actually, let's just call it vapor here and let's recycle the word delicious. Peer inside the large cavity, looking for the source of such delicious... Let's see, as you peer inside the large cavity, looking for the source of such delicious... A... Forceful bonk. Forceful whack. Side. As you peer into the large cavity looking for the source of such delicious aromas, a forceful whack on your head sends you inside. Door shuts. Sound of cackling. It's the hut. Paste. Change your fate. Turn to slide. Okay, the Wicked Witch ending. You knock on the door. It opens slowly to reveal a sweet-smelling interior. A curl of steam tickles your nose. Almost like floating, you follow the vapor toward an open oven. As you peer into the large cavity, looking for the source of such delicious aromas, a forceful whack on your head sends you careening inside. The door shuts, and the sound of cackling fills the hut. Okay. let's see. Let's go back to... Slide 4. All the breadcrumbs turn to slide 8. Hey, Wolf. How's it going today? Let's see. To do some gardening, turn to page 10. Doing good? Glad to hear that. We're working on a PowerPoint right now. Let's see. We're just doing a bit of co-working, a little bit of collaboration. All right, what do we want to call... All right, this is the ending where you take a bunch of hallucinogenic plants. Yahaku Venture. I'm going to recycle a little bit from... I'm going to do a callback, say, from first... Let's see. Using a log... okay. Let's see. What would we call it? What I want to call it the Fly Me to the Moon. What kind of presentation is this? Wolf, it is a choose your own adventure style PowerPoint. Get in the mech, Shinji. God, I did such a good job on the first one. I kind of don't want to do this second one. Let's see. What do we call it? What do we... Okay. What if we write it out a little bit and then we see what we call it? Using a log, tube of toilet paper, a copper steel funnel, a detached gecko tail, a fully functional bong. Craft a moderately... Always hard to follow after a masterpiece? Absolutely, Mike. Thank you for saying so. Indulge in a little smoke session. So you higher than a kite. I kind of all right. Here's what I want to happen. A yellow van will pull up, and it'll take you on to part 3. So this is gonna be the ending that takes you to part 3. Is getting high and going off on it, going off with a bunch of hippies. Would you say that van is a mystery machine? I was thinking more of the yellow van, like a Volkswagen van, across the universe style. What were they called? The hippies that would go across the country. They were part of a band. It doesn't narrow it down. A buzzed beetle? Deadheads? Like the Grateful Dead? No, there was like a specific group that my parents would tell me about. My dad would reference it all the time. I can't think of it off the top of my head. You indulge in a little smoke session. So you feel higher than a kite. See. You sit, feeling to yourself. Would they travel with a specific band or just be groupies? I don't know. I don't really know the dynamic. I know the whole point was to preach peace and love, though. That's how my dad would talk about it. Hello, Volkswagen. Drives up on the grass. Bus door opens and a large man in robes invites you inside. Blazoned on the side of the... This feels unearned. I feel like we need more endings. But I need to tamp that down. I need to tamp that down. That's that part of me that wants to write and write and write and write needs to go somewhere else. Can always make more slides for stream reveal later. I could, Spice. I just there's the part that has to like the part of me that screams balance, like work-life balance, is saying like, no, don't make extra work for yourself. You've got a full plate already. And trust me, it took me years for that little voice to get or that little part of me to get a voice. Blazoned on the side of the bus. Large pink letters. Okay. You got the buzzed beetle ending. Using a log, tube of toilet paper, a copper still funnel, a detached gecko tail, and a fully functional bong, craft a moderately usable bong. You indulge in a little smoke session that leaves you feeling higher than a kite. As you sit, giggling to yourself, a yellow Volkswagen bus drives up on the grass. The bus door opens, and a large man in robes invites you inside. Blazoned on the side of the bus is Part 3 in large pink letters. Change your bait. Turn to slide. How's ending misspelled? How did I fuck that up? What did I do? Alright, I'm gonna be right back, everybody. Give me just a second. I'm gonna leave you. Hey, gang. What are we up to? Oh, come on. The shadows quiver.
And quail. Light has no purchase here, for I am XXX Shadow.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
XXX!
The exclamation point? There's like one side that is a kill box.
And and then it's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. It'll work through this.
Yeah, whatever.
It'll work through the spikes, I guess. I get my body thrown against the wall after I die.
No big deal.
Oh, I can't shoot that.
Look in front of us! Look in front of us!
Oh God.
Oh!
Okay, and we're back. Thank you for sitting with that. I hope you enjoyed the clips. Okay. So we'll follow. Check down at the cabin. Turn to page 4. Investigate the cottage. Turn to slide 7. Okay, we need to do slide 8. What is slide 8? To follow the breadcrumbs, turn to slide 8. Okay, so this is following the breadcrumb. As you Okay, how about we encounter a bear? And we'll do a getting mauled ending and one where you get away. That will continue the story. Cocaine bear? How did the bear get cocaine, I wonder? Let's see, fuck that cottage. Fuck that cottage, you decide. Instead, follow the trail of breadcrumbs. Let's see. Instead, you follow the trail of breadcrumbs from the woods. Several minutes go by. I don't know. Part of me is like, the T-Rex ending was so funny. How do I get that again? How do I get back to where I was when I wrote that? What ritual do I have to do to turn back the clock when I was funnier? I'm chasing the dragon here? Absolutely I am, Mike. You're right. Honestly, I could present the first one again. I could just present the first one again and say, have at it. But it's it's just so hard. It's just so hard to do it again. Capture that magic. I've already added so many slides. It's true, Spice. Okay, part 2 can be a little more grounded. Part 2 can have less of a less fantastical elements and it'd be fine, right? Several minutes go by as you enjoy your walk in the woods. As you enjoy your walk. Birds chirp and squirrels play. Side of the river. You turn one bend in a particularly dense part of brush. As you've run, crumbs. Standing ahead of you. Standing ahead of you is the Crumb Thief. A large black bear. Standing ahead of you is a large black bear. Rumbles and begins a charge. Play dead. Turn slide 11. Aku, thank you for the hydrate. You've been here but not listening because spoilers. We appreciate you being here, Aku. I don't think this one is going to be as good as the first one. conclusion that I've come to. Think you need to believe in yourself? Well, thank you very much, Aku. I do appreciate that. Let's see. To play dead, turn to slide 11. To turn and run. Slide 12. Okay. Aku, thank you for the posture check. Stretch. That feels good. Okay. Now gotten an ending to Hollow Knight. Is that you beating the big boss, or did you beat the big boss? Not one of the good endings, but you did get a 103% ending. Excellent. Good work, Agbu. Just the small big boss? I know exactly where you're at. Okay. Try not to fall asleep, Aku. Have a great night. Got tired of dying to the big boss, and Hornet helped you? Ooh, that's good. I believe there are times if you don't fulfill certain criteria, Hornet won't help you. I believe you did the right thing. Okay. What is this? This is number 11? To play dead. Crumple to the ground. The fact that bears are sadistic. Only, to play with their... That's true. If you don't get a certain upgrade, she won't show up for the fight. Interesting. I thought you had to go on, like, do a specific quest. The fact that bears are sadistic and only want to play with their... Agbu, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the posture check. And the stretch. Big stretches. The upgrade is at the end of that quest? Okay. Ugh. crumple to the ground. It's the fact that bears are sadistic and only want to play with their... Playing dead. Have a shot at being... You have a shot at surviving. Bear approaches you. It's a paw, disappointed. Walks off into the forest. Okay, okay, what do we do here? To return to the cottage. To slot. Down the path. To slide, let's see, do we have slide 12? Okay. Let's see. Let's do slide 12. Which is turn and run. That's the mauled by the bear ending. Okay. Let's see. Change your fate. Turn to slide 3. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What do we do? How do we get mauled by a bear? Turn on your heels and run at top speed. Fortunately for you, a bear's top speed is still significantly faster. Bear catches up in moments. Grabs you for a monumental hug. This is nice. Think for a moment. Where it's large. Jaws. Just your tender flesh. Once a mighty adventurer. Now a mighty snack. Now a mighty morsel. For sign. Under. Okay. All right. I'm not super happy with what we've got so far. They're all pretty tame as far as like endings go. Like this one you get eaten by a witch, this one you get carried off in a van. This one you get mauled by a bear. First one we had like werewolves and aliens and Mr. T and hot air balloons, T-Rexes. Okay, haven't done slides 5, 6, or 13. Okay, I'm just gonna straight up recycle endings. No, I can't. I can't recycle like that. God damn it. God damn it. It's gotta be new. It's gotta be fresh. We need bright ideas. Okay. What about a woodsman end? Okay. What about a romancing the woodsman ending? Romancing, you're listening? Okay. So here's the idea. Where'd the text box go? Follow the path deeper into the woods. After an hour. hear sound of chopping. What's wrong with that? After an hour, you hear the sound of chopping. Oh, let's see. To a clearing. Spy. Giant man. Checkered swinging broad axe. Zuko says hi. Hi, Zuko. Coming to a clearing, you spy a giant man in checkered flannel swinging a broad axe. Let's see. He's lounging on your chest? Excellent, Agbu. Excellent. Mustn't disturb him. That's where you live now. Notices you too. And a broad smile motions you for. Motions you forward and it's to a. He notices you too, and with a broad smile motions you forward and points to a second axe on the ground. Headed by Stump. Put a picture in the Discord. You can share it if you want. Thank you, Agbu. I'll check it out after stream. Notices you too, and with a broad smile motions you forward and points to a second axe embedded in a nearby stump. Wordlessly, get to work. Pressing woodsman. With two of you build up together. Hold together. Let's see. Two of you build a home together, grow old together, and something out in the woods. Something out in the woods. Something out in the woods. What's one more thing that rest in the woods together. Alright, you follow the path deeper into the woods. After an hour, you hear the sound of chopping. Coming to a clearing, you spy a giant man in checkered flannel swinging a broad axe. He notices you too, with a broad smile, motions you forward. And with a broad smile, motions you forward and points to a second axe embedded in a stump. Wordlessly, you get to work, impressing the woodsman with your strikes. Two of you build a home together, grow old together, and rest in peace in the woods together. Change your fate, turn to slide 3. Okay, been adventuring by hot air balloon for a few months now. Your trusty mentor, Dwendal, has been by your side this whole time. Spying an old home in the woods, Dwendal believes this would be a nice spot to settle down. Your heart, however, is still set on exploration. Taking the spyglass, you see a pillar of smoke in the distance. Investigate the smokestack, turn to slide 5. You have no need to go back to slide 3, Spice? You're happy with the woodsman's romance? I'd like to think if you don't get the romance ending, your mentor does. Good for Dwendal. Good for Dwendal. Taking the helm of the hot air balloon. You steer it away from the cottage. You steer it towards pillar of smoke. Setting down in a nearby clearing. You walk 100 paces. Find source fire. A crashed alien mothership. What's another word for smoke? Crashed alien mothership. Sits in pieces. Taking the helm of the hot air balloon, steer it towards the pillar of smoke in the distance. Setting down in a nearby clearing, you need only walk 100 paces to find the source of the fever. Crashed alien mothership sits in pieces. On the ground lies a let's see. On the ground lies a ray gun. Dubious property. Notice a piece of wreckage. It's pushed aside by a figure. Bright silver. And just in silver. Figure falls to the ground, exhausted by the effort. Okay, to grab the ray gun, page 14. Help the alien. Slot 50. Alright, so the ray gun ending is you take over the world. Uh... Okay, how about... How about the ray gun ending as you take over the world? Helping the alien gets you to taken as a hostage to complete in an interstellar game. Uh, okay. Pick up the ray gun and feel a new sense of confidence. Take a testing shot. At the debris. Vaporize. Instant. Technology like this. Nothing can stand in here. Pick up the ray gun and feel a new sense of confidence and beauty. Take a testing shot at the mothership debris and find it vaporized in an instant. Technology like this, nothing can stand in your way. March across the globe, gathering allies. Disintegrating your enemies. Agbu, thank you so much for the hydrate. Fine, you need to use the sleep. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here, Agbu. Have a great night. Good work on Hollow Knight. We'll catch you next time. We'll be back tomorrow. We might be doing more of this tomorrow. Dream of Hollow Knight. Dream of Silksong, more like. That game's never coming out. Okay, I'm a benevolent overlord. You become a benevolent overlord, the likes of which history has never seen, but remembers fearfully. Got the cruel tyrant ending. Maybe not cruel. It's another word for. Maybe not a word for cruel. Techno tyrant ending. Okay, what about... What is slide 6? Slide 6 is you push Dwendal off the... What do I write next? We have two open paths in front of us. We have the help the alien, slide 15. Does that open up a path to us? Or does that lead to another ending? I would say it leads to an ending, and then we only have one more path to go. And that's the shoving Dwendal off the balloon. And then we're almost done. We just need to find pictures after that. And it's a much shorter adventure. How many slides was the first one? The first one was, geez, 26 slides. Yeah, we're looking at a much shorter part 2. Okay, 15 is... okay. It's another word, the verdant. It's another word for lantern. Okay. Let's see. Rush to the aid of the fallen alien. As you get closer, notice a quickly, not enlarging. Enlarging is a stupid word. Not building. Construction, edifice, house, shop, office, constructing, erecting. Blowing. Puddle. Dropping to your knees. attempt to staunch little can be done, however. Instead, the alien slips a bracelet their wrist and places it on. Let's see. Let's see. This is what does it say? What's the alien say? Instead, the alien slips a bracelet from their wrist and places it on. Brightest day and all that jazz. Let's see. Rush to the aid of the fallen alien. As you get closer, you notice a quickly flowing puddle of purple blood. Dropping to your knees, you attempt to staunch the current. Little can be done, however. Instead, the alien slips a bracelet from their wrist and places it on yours. In brightest day and all that jazz, the alien says irreverently before expiring. Bracelet begins to glow. Consume of verdant light. Rush to the aid of the fallen alien. As you get close, you notice a. Let's see. Where can I? Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Bracelet begins to glow and you are consumed in a pillar of verdant light. Moments later, you are pulled to the reaches of space. There you are trained by short, big-headed alien. To be a force for good on Earth. Okay. Cheap Green Lantern knockoff ending. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 endings. And then we still need to do shove Dwendal off the balloon. Okay, okay, hold on. Been adventuring by hot air balloon for a few months now. Your trusty mentor Dwendal has been by your side this whole time. Spying an old home in the woods, Dwendal believes this would be a nice spot to settle down. Your heart, however, is still set on exploration. Taking the spyglass, you see a pillar of smoke in the distance. To shove Dwendal off the balloon, turn to slide 6. Overcome by the spirit of adventure. Push Dwendal from the side of the wick basket. Tumbles gracelessly. Here, do not see the splat. Let's see. Let's see. To turn yourself in. To slide 16. To go on the run. To slide 17. Spirit of murder! I mean, adventure! Yeah, I think we can just sort of like wrap it up as this being like the other two endings. That'll put us at 8 endings. They're not as long as the like it's not as long of a presentation as the other one, but the other one was too long. Gasps and cries up from turns out for deplorable act. Witnesses. Turn yourself in, turn to slide 16. To go on the run, turn to slide 17. Let's see, you got the... What do we... locked up in? Let's see. In the speed of your hot air balloon. Against speed of a police car. Determine it to be a losing battle. Come by remorse. No, not over. Oh. Taken by remorse for your lost act. Inevitability of it. Taken by remorse for your criminal act and the inevitability of it all. Chart a course for the nearest police station. Good behavior, you could be out in 15 years. Life in prison. It's boring. Fruitful. Make many friends. Form of with good behavior, you can be out in 15 years. Life in prison is boring but fruitful. Finally have time to read. Catch up on your stories. Okay. Only have one more ending to write. Go on the run. Slide 17. The butt boy ending. Okay, let's see. Moment of clarity. Ride the winds. Maybe not clarity. It's the opposite of lucidity. In a moment of irrationality, you ride the winds to freedom. Leaving behind your foul crime. You start a new life. You're a bartender now. Years go by. Let's see. What's our bartender name? You go by Amaretto Spout now. It's a peaceful life. Till he walks in. A detective with a detective. Um. He starts asking you all kinds of questions. Questions you don't have the answer to. That he just walks in. That he just walks in and says, the jig is up. It's to the bathroom. Confused. Now your time is up. Your time is running short. I don't know how to tie this one up. Maybe you reach under for the bar for a gun and have to cut it to black. I don't know if the thing is I'm trying to reference the movie that we're writing, that my friends wrote, and that we're gonna be making. I don't know how to give spirit to the detective in the way that the writing, I don't know how to say it. Because I like the idea that it cuts to black, but I don't know how to give it the butt boy finesse. Can I add a line from the script? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to dig up the script. I have access to it. My friend shared it with me. I'd have to read through it again. That would take a good hour and a half. Reach under the bar for a gun. Or I can grasp it. Shot rings out. I look down. My chest is bleeding. Don't have the entire thing memorized already? I wish, Spice. There's some I was just thinking today that I should be memorizing my lines. But we're not set to start filming for another couple months, so it wouldn't do any good. One day he just walks in and says, "The jig is up," then runs to the bathroom. Confused, you know your time is running short. Reach under the bar for a gun. Or you can grasp it. Shot rings out. Down. Your chest is bleeding. Actually, what it would really serve the plot if the detective, if it's just a random act of violence and not the detective. Moment of rationality, you ride the winds to freedom, leaving behind your foul crime. You start a new life. You're a bartender now. Years go by. Go by Amaretto Spout. The peaceful life, all until he walks in, a detective. Starts asking you all kinds of questions you don't have the answer to. One day he just walks in and says, "The jig is up," then runs to the bathroom. Confused, you know your time is running short. Reach under the bar for a gun, or you can grasp it. A shot rings out. Look down, your chest is bleeding. Look up. I'm the detective. Just a guy. Butthead. I'll call that. I'll call that a win. Well, let's do Fate Part 2. Okay. Well, we've got the entire PowerPoint laid out. All we need now is pictures. We can work on pictures off stream. It'll be a lot easier. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there tonight. Thank you everybody for being here. Hope you had a good time. We really appreciate all the input everybody had, and we think we hope you had a good time. Turn off display capture. Stream ending screen. Give me 1 second. This was cool. I'm glad you had a good time, Spice. I hope we really hope you feel better soon. Me too. All this resting is boring. I definitely know the feeling. Let's see who's online that we can drop y'all off with. Probably be Wolf.
Horror streamer.
Let's drop y'all off with Dicey. Dicey's playing Hollow Knight. Okay. Here's some raid messages I'm putting in chat. Go ahead and grab the top one if you are a subscriber. If you've not yet subscribed, go ahead and grab the one with the regular emotes. And we will raid out. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Tomorrow we will continue with let's see. We won't work on the PowerPoint anymore because all we have to do is pictures. So we'll figure out something else for tomorrow. And then later on in the week, Silksong. All right. Everybody have a fantastic night. Stay fancy. And thank you for being here.